Everyone. Wanted to talk to you about the last video I had. Gave my thoughts on the Battlefront 2 beta, which, like I said, I really did enjoy. I will be purchasing the game. I do like it. I kind of watched back and listened to some of the things that I said during that video. I'd probably say that it's more of a buy, but you could maybe wait till after Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I'm sure there's going to be a couple sales on it or whatever. But today I want to focus on Rainbow Six Siege and why I've taken a 3-week break from the game. This was a game that if I had a little bit of time, my girlfriend wasn't home, whatever, I was playing for sure. I put in quite a bit of time in the short amount of time that I've actually owned the game. So I've owned the game since February, I believe, of 2017, so earlier this year. And I've put in a decent amount of time. As you can see, I'm a level 147. I played a little over 300 hours. So I've definitely put some time in the game. Now, I took a 3-week break. Okay, they released Operation Blood Orchid, which everybody was ecstatic about, right? This is going to be 3 new operators. You're giving us a brand new map. You had Operation Health, which was supposed to fix the game. We're supposed to get 60 tick rate servers. We're supposed to get lag compensation to where you don't have to worry about, a 300 ping player killing you as a 60 ping player because he can see you and you can't see him, kind of thing. So there were a lot of things that I was really excited about. And then Blood Orchid came. So towards the end of Operation Health, they released a huge patch. Now the patch had quite a few notes in there. I mean, I don't remember how many patch fixes and bug fixes there were in the patch notes, but I know it was in the hundreds, right? It was a really long and extensive patch, 42 gigs on the PC if you're running it at ultra high definition. So I got it, downloaded the patch, really enjoyed it at first. It was kind of like one of those things where it's kind of like a shiny new toy. You're like, oh, look at these new operators. I'm going to play Ella, and then I'm going to play Legion, and I'm going to play Ying, and I'm going to play him, and I'm going to play him, and I'm going to play him. And then once that wears off, it kind of reminds me of Battlefront 1. Like, I loved Battlefront 1 when it first came out, put in a tons of time, got immediately to level 50, dominated the game, played really well. But that just wasn't enough to keep me interested. It kind of faded, and then I was done. Well, that's kind of something similar to what happened here, because there was more bugs in this game afterwards. After the big Operation Health final patch that released, I believe, in early September, okay, when the new operators came out. There were a lot of things that they got wrong with the patch. First of all, I'm convinced that they did not test this properly. Now, I know they ran a lot of things on the technical test servers, right? So I know that, a lot of the PC players were running on the TTS. PC players were giving a lot of positive feedback. There were a lot of things that were great. Now, I'm sure there were some tweaks here and there that they might have done before they gave it the big console and PC launch across all platforms. But one of the things that really hindered the game was the TTS was vastly different than the live servers that they released with the patch. The TTS ran a lot smoother than the actual patch, and you can even see it if you watch like YouTube videos or guys on Twitch during the TTS and then after the TTS, and when they went live, it was totally different game experience. You didn't have I've never seen more issues with rubber banding your players in my entire life. If you don't watch the Russian Badger videos, he just released a video today. He's a big YouTuber and a really big Rainbow Six player. Him and Matimio, both are really big. And their last couple videos, you could see that rubber banding really taking a serious effect, to the point where it's almost game breaking, because if you're in a gunfight and then you rubber band to an entirely different room, it takes you out of the gunfight and it's way less immersive, right? So that was one of the big issues. Vaulting was another issue. You couldn't vault over some of the barricades, or not necessarily barricades, but the shields. You couldn't vault over that like little shield that you can put up. Couldn't vault over it. You'd get stuck. Then there was a big glitch where Doc could literally get in the wall on bank in the bottom where the bomb usually is, at the bottom floor next to the bank vault. He could get in the wall. You couldn't see him. You couldn't shoot him, and he could kill you. So if you went in to defuse a bomb, you weren't going to win. If you were in there to protect and secure the area, you weren't going to win. I've also seen videos where guys were stuck in walls where they couldn't move. Number 3, the hit registration. Oh my God, is the hit registration fucking terrible. And I want to emphasize the fuck in fucking, because the hit registration is dog shit. And I'm not beating around the bush here. It is so bad. I made a video that I kind of tried to do through the PS4, you know, like where you can edit and all that shit. And I tried to do one through that, and to try to show you kind of how bad this hit registration is. And it's not good. Headshots are headshots when they're not supposed to be. Headshots are not headshots when they are supposed to be. You know, there's been countless times where I've shot a guy right in the head and he still had 78 health or 42 health or whatever. That's been a really big problem. So the hit registration, they said they were going to fix it. It's more broken than ever. More broken than, I mean, I've been playing the game for, you know, about 9 months now. And it's worse than it was when I first started, which I feel like you're taking a massive step backwards. So hit registration was bad. Then 4. Oh my god, these new operators are the most fucking annoying ever to attack against. So before, you know, you kind of had like this rush, YOLO, swag, strut kind of thing, where if you wanted to, you could rush the objective. If you were a better shooter than the other guys on the team, you had better aim, then you'd win the gunfights majority of the time. All right, it didn't take a ton of strategy, but you could have one guy that almost completely carried the team. I think what they were trying to do was reduce that quite a bit. And you could tell with not only these 2 new operators, but right now on the technical test server, they're testing Capcan to have an invisible laser trap. It's no longer lethal. He gets 5, and it takes 40 health away. Now, I don't know if they're going to keep up with that, and they're giving him 2 speed. So he's not a 3 armor, 1 speed. He's a 2 speed, 2 armor now. So he can, you know, plant those traps, because now he has 5. He has to move around a lot quicker to plant those. So picture this. You're trying to plant a bomb, or you're trying to capture and secure the area, okay? The other team has Ella, Frost, Capcan, Legion, and they also have Echo. Your life is a fucking nightmare, all right? Because not only can Legion throw 7 traps, which go out every once in a while, so Legion needs to stay alive for all 7 traps to go out, because he only gets them every few seconds. I believe it's every 30 seconds or every 20 seconds, something like that, he gets a new trap that he can throw out. They stab you, and then your screen goes green a little bit, and you have to pull it out using a stupid animation. Then you have Ella, whose her gun, her Scorpion, I feel like fires 1,000 rounds a second. So if you get caught, and she is smart enough to stay by her traps and stun you, it's like Echo's drunk, like it makes you drunk. She'll hit you with that, you're done. That's it. Then you have Frost. So there's 3 different operator traps that you need to watch out for now. Legions are invisible, so fuck me. Then you have Frost. Always fuck me with her. But her traps are massive, so if you pay attention to them, you can get rid of them. Ella's stick wherever the fuck she wants them, so if you walk into a hallway and you don't have Thatcher, you're fucked, or Twitch, you're done. And then you have Echo's stupid-ass drone flying around everywhere. And now they're getting ready to release Capcan with invisible traps. So now there's 2 new operators that you might have to go up against that have invisible shit to defend. Horrible. That is not fun. You're putting the defense in such a huge advantage. It's no longer about gunfights now. You don't get into those great gunfights as much anymore. Now, maybe it's changed a little bit, because like I said, I haven't played in 3 weeks. I played a lot of the Battlefront 2 beta, and I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto. I'm trying out a lot more games now. I'm kind of getting a little bit more diverse. I'm usually a huge NBA 2K player, but I've heard a lot of negative things about it, so I own it. I just haven't even opened it yet, so I don't know if I'm ever going to open it. But basketball season's getting ready to start, so possibly. And Madden is dog shit. It's always dog shit. Watch Ryan Moody 21 on YouTube. That'll prove to you what a dog shit game that is. So to kind of wrap this up, those are the reasons that I took a break from Siege. Wanted to give you my feedback. Hopefully they fix it. I know Ella might have 3 traps now instead of 4, which is great. That's making the positive direction. And they're nerfing her gun, which is awesome because it's way too accurate for the amount of bullets it fires. I do think Legion only needs like 4 or 5 traps. And I want them to be slightly more visible than they are already, since they do take away damage, and they can take away damage over time. So if you get in a gunfight, or if you're at 10 health and you have to run into a room and he's got those fuckers all over the place, you're pretty much fucked unless you have Thatcher or Twitch. And Ying, I didn't talk about Ying because she's useless. She's got some stupid concussion grenades that she throws out that are flash grenades that only blind the enemy for a temporary time. Of course, obviously. But unless you have like a strategy around it, they're totally and utterly worthless. I don't see the benefit of them other than using a flash grenade, to be completely honest. So I think she needs a serious buff. But that's kind of where I'm at with Siege right now. Please leave a comment down below, anything you agree with, anything you disagree with, your thoughts on the game. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to get your feedback on where the game is at right now. If you've taken a break, if you're playing it more, whatever. I've been stuck at Gold 3 forever. Well, since the last time I played it, like I said about 3 weeks ago, I was only 2 games away from Platinum, and you can tell I'm definitely a good player. You know, when I go into my statistics here, I'm a 1.1, 1.1, so I by no means ever dragged the team down. I've had multiple aces. It's just the game's really frustrating right now. Even when I do well, I just find it to be less fun. But let me know your thoughts. I appreciate it. Over and out.